Alright, hey guys, I'm back. I'm so freaking sorry that I haven't uploaded a lot. I've been sick, there's been a lot of tests, and I just really want to apologize for leaving you all in the dust. For the people who have recommended stuff that I both write on Wattpad and that I do as an audio, I'm not going to be able to finish it soon, mainly because, well, for one, luckily, there's a 2-day break between classes for me right now because of the fact that my teacher is out sick. Yay! So, yeah, I just want to apologize again. I'm so freaking sorry that I've been gone. Like, it was not my intention to be gone this much. And I just hope that this makes up for it. I will be doing a video after this, like, a reaction video or another audio or, sorry, jeez. My voice might be a little bit deep right now. I kind of just woke up, and it's gonna stay like this for a little bit. It might sound a bit seductive. Shush. Okay? Shush. Ow. Just as a warning, I might cough a little bit. Okay? It'll just happen. So, yeah. After this, I'm also gonna upload something that has been due for a little bit. Such as, just a little rant or rave or whatever you can call it. So, yeah. I'm going to be reading, something called, or a story called Best of Dom Sans X-Reader by Kayla Lee 2 on Wattpad. These, are all from Archive of Our Own, and, well, the stories, I mean. Just go check them out, and, yeah. So, I'm just gonna get right into it, but I'm just gonna warn you. This has sexual content, okay? Sexual content. Ooh, spooky. We're out of spooky season! Spooky season. God. Okay, whatever. It's not you, it's me. No fucking shit! You used me! I broke under the pressure, I'm sorry. Cheating on your fiancé is not breaking under pressure, you asshole. I did half a mind to go tell her what you did. Are you sure that's a good idea, babe? You really want to be known as a homewrecker? You guys aren't married yet. I'll save her from future pain. Here's the thing. She's pregnant. What? Yup. My beautiful bride-to-be has a bun in the oven. I know, and I know you wouldn't want that kid to grow up with divided parents, so you won't tell her shit. You're a disgusting pig. Yeah, so I'm getting married next week, so I figured I end what I had with you now. I'd invite you to the wedding, but that would make things awkward. Crash. Get out Now! And that's how your boyfriend in 6 months broke up with you. You have a shitty taste in men. You deserve a fucking award. You've dated some pretty bad guys before, but this guy was the worst. Even more upsetting that he was actually a friend of yours for years. He came up to you saying he had a crush on you for a while and wanted to be more than friends. He gave it a shot thinking it would what could go wrong. Well, turns out he'd been dating this other girl for much longer than you. Even popped the question before asking you out. Now she's gonna have this kid. It was all too much. You went on a drinking binge. Your boss called after not hearing from you for 2 days. You told Girlby everything about what happened. While hungover, still. He gave you a week off and then proceeded to ask if you would like him to burn your ex to a fucking crisp and serve him as human barbecue to his customers. Grillby is a scary and very intimidating fire monster, but he has this gentle, caring side to him that he will deny if he turns to ash. You're working on your next buzz while lying on your couch flipping through channels for something to watch. You don't actually feel like watching anything in particular, but you just can't take the constant silence in your apartment. You start to hear a little voice in your head telling you how much of an idiot you are, and that you were the other woman. That this was not a good feeling. It might even be worse than being cheated on. You are used as a tool to hurt someone in one of the most painful and personal ways. You understand what that felt like, and now you might be the cause of another woman's pain. It made you feel sick and hate yourself for feeling so stupid. You chug your drink and moved on to the next. Your 4 drinks in is still not getting close to being tipsy. You could go to Grillby's and get drunk on the monster drinks, but that would involve you getting your ass off this couch, and that's not happening anytime soon. So, you sit up and open the next drink when you hear someone knocking on the door. You groan and drag a hand down your face. Fuck off! I'm not in the mood! That's not how the game works, girlie. It's fucking Sans. It's not like you don't like the guy. You actually really like him and look forward to him coming to the bar and tell you one fucked up joke after the other. He always makes jokes saying that you're the reason why he comes to Grillby's bar more often. Go away, Sans! You get up and make your way to the door and look through the people. Sans was standing there awkwardly, scratching his sweaty skull and a hand behind his back. Sans reaches up and knocks the door again. Come on, sweetheart. Knock, knock. You groan, turning your back to the door to lean against it. You take a swig from your drink and slide down the door. Who's fucking there? Beat. Beat who? Who's the asshole that I had to beat up that hurt you? You chuckle. From the anger in his voice, you can clearly picture this is one eye blazing with red magic. No, Sans. He isn't worth it. But you, Oh, well, that took you by surprise. Either you are blushing or the alcohol's finally kicking in. You take another sip. Knock, knock. Who's there? Asshole. Asshole who? Mind opening the door for this asshole? Can't help but laugh at that. You're fully aware that he can just teleport inside if he wanted to. Yet he was nice enough to ask you for permission to come inside. Dirty joke. Anyways, these monsters all can't seem to accept the fact that they're actually nice underneath all that edginess. You slowly stand up and unlock the door. Sure, come in. You smile at Sans, who seemed to completely relax as soon as you smiled at him. Whoa, you name. You look like crap and you smell like cheap beer. Good thing I brought you the good shit. Sans gave you a big, sharp, toothy grin as he held up a large bottle of Groby's original fire whiskey from behind his back. You laugh and take the drink from him, opening it. The fumes hit you strong like gasoline. This was definitely the good shit. I knew there was a reason why I liked you. Come on and drink with me. You and Sans are pretty much wasted. Over half the bottle is empty now, and both of you are swaying on your seats on the couch. Currently, you guys are in the middle of a dirty joke war. Okay, I got one. Knock, knock. Sans drunkenly started the next joke. You down another shot and reach it for another. Who's there? Jenny Toll. Jenny Toll, who? You take a sip of your drink as he leaned in. His smile widened, his gold tooth glistening with leftover liquor. Jenny Toll what? You do a spit take and the whiskey starts spilling down your chin. Holy shit. Wipe off your chin and look down at him. My turn. Knock, knock. He turns towards you after refilling his glass. Who's there? Anita. Anita who? You smile slyly at him, licking your lips. Anita, dick inside me. Sans starts snorting as he hunches over. Good one, sweetheart. Alright. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hop on. Hop on who? Hop on this dick. Sans makes a suggestive gesture to his crotch. Nice. Knock, knock. You scoot closer to him as you finish off your drink. Who's there? Ben. You chew on your lip in anticipation. Ben who? You lean over and whisper where his ear would be in the most seductive voice that your intoxicated self could muster. Bend me over and do it to me doggy style. You visibly see him shudder as you lean back to your original position. He looks completely shocked as you start to laugh more loudly. You gave him a triumphant smirk, knowing that you got to the edgy skeleton. Sans throws back his drink and finishes it in one go. Knock, knock. Damn it, you were hoping for a win for once. Who's there? You turn from him and place your glass on the coffee table to refill it. Ivana. Ivana who? You almost drop your glass when you look back at him. His eyes are full of lustful hunger, and he speaks in a deep, gravelly voice that almost sounded like a growl as he finished the joke. I wanna fuck you so hard you can't walk straight for a week. You involuntarily gulp and eyed him. Was he serious? It's not like you haven't thought about it. It was more of a curiosity of if he could even have sex. Sans occasionally flirted with you and made sexual comments that you always just pushed aside. You never acted on anything because of your boyfriend. Nothing is really stopping you now other than the fact that you are clearly drunk and should probably not be making decisions like this. But he really wants to do this. But, but does he really want to do this with you? A human? You looked down at his face and he was staring you down. You can feel the desire, the need from how intense he's staring at you. He's practically already addressing you with his eyes. You suck in a breath and chew on your lower lip. Nervously, you finally reply, "Why don't you?" He looks kind of shocked, not sure what to do. You locked eyes with him, tension filling the air. He didn't make any indication of moving, so you made the first move. You get on your hands and knees and crawl closer to Sans on the couch. "Don't start something you can't finish, sweetheart," Sans growled at you. You only paused for a second before continuing to get closer to him. "What would I start?" You're eyeing his body, wondering what you will see underneath his red sweater and basketball shorts. Placing your hand on his leg and looked him dead in the eyes and started to stroke his femur. "And would I really want to stop?" You lower yourself to the floor, sitting between his legs, your chin resting in his lap, and a hand wanders to his shirt. "I was always curious. Are you really all bone underneath here?" "You know, curiosity killed the cat, kitten." He strokes you underneath your chin. "But satisfaction brought it back." You hum and grab his hand to examine it. Where you would see the joints or gaps between the phalanges was actual bone. It seems to make up for the lack of muscle and nerves. His bones were bigger and fused together with movable parts. Very different when compared to a normal human skeleton, from what you learned in high school biology. You wonder if the rest of him was like that. Looking back at his face, you could see his skull sweating more than usual. How does he sweat? Does he have pores? You bring your hand closer to your face. You bring his hand closer to your face, dragging your lips across his thumb and proceeding to hear it press into your mouth. You could hear his bones quake as you explored his bony thumb, rubbing it against your hot tongue and occasionally sucking on it. He slowly pressed his thumb deeper into your mouth, pushing your tongue around and feeling around. You let go of his thumb with a pop, as a trail of saliva still connected your mouth to his hand. Though, the real question is, can you satisfy this pussy? Holy fucking shit. Sans pulled at the collar of his shirt nervously, his cheekbones turning red. You raise an eyebrow at him. "Are you intimidating, Mr. Skeleton McEdgy?" "Sans?" He looks at you and as you take off your shirt, his face becomes even redder. "Your turn." You tug at his shirt for him to take it off. "Are you sure about this, dollface? I can't make any promises. Generally because I don't like or care to." He lifts his shirt off despite trying to discourage you from continuing. You're entranced by his bones. They're definitely different from a human's, much bigger and sturdier looking. You reach up and gently trace his sternum with your fingertips. You lean forward, resting your chest on his pelvis as you take a closer look. You can almost hear a buzz coming off his bones, probably the magic keeping them together. You let your hands drag around his bones, keeping more attention to spots that make him shudder and sputter around profanity. You make your way down to his vertebrae and press your lips to one of his ribs. He moaned above you. "Sensitive?" you teased, feeling a little braver. He grumbled above you, squirming from every stroke. "Either don't use that mouth, blah, blah, blah. Either use that mouth to get me off or don't make a sound. Either way, shut the fuck up." A red tongue sweeps across his teeth. He looks like he was ready to attack you any moment. You enjoy that you're the cause of that hungry look. You smirk at him before continuing. You start to suck one of his lower ribs while your hand stroked at his spine. He began to pant above you, groaning once in a while, reaching down. You start to rub your thumbs into his hip bones on both sides, causing him to roll his pelvis into you. Something is now pressing into your chest. Oh, so he does have one. Well, he does have a tongue, obviously. Why not a dick? Without looking at him for permission, doubting you needed to, you pulled down his pants. Cool. Just like his tongue, a glowing red cock stood strong and thick in front of you. You watched the red magic swirl around. It was actually kind of pretty and entrancing. The glowing also reminded you of a light-up dildo that you've seen online, which was always questioned what the point of lighting it up was. Sans growled at you as you giggled. "Are you gonna do something or what?" He gripped your hair, pulling you closer. "I was just admiring it. Jeez, I get it." You leaned over and gently pressed your tongue against the base of his cock. Slowly, you dragged your tongue up to the tip. It felt so smooth against your tongue, almost like glass. He sucked his breath in as he swirled your tongue around the tip. His grip on your hair tightened. You began to take the tip inside your mouth and suck. You can hear Sans panting above you as you start to flick your tongue around his sensitive parts. Using both hands, you start to jack him off as you sucked harder on the tip, your tongue still swirling around. "Shit!" Suddenly, he starts thrusting into your mouth, shoving himself to the back of your throat. You had to let go of his cock to steady yourself, placing your hands on his femurs as he fucked your mouth. He used your hair like a handle to pull your head up and down. It took you a moment to get your gag reflex under control, but once you got the fast rhythm of it, you started to enjoy it even more. You can feel your underwear becoming completely soaked, and you needed to be touched. Reaching around your back, you unhook your bra with one hand, freeing your breasts. You start to massage one of your breasts, tweaking your nipples and causing you to moan. Sans growled again and yanked your head completely off his dick. Drool and pre-cum ran down your chin. You looked at him in confusion as he panted. "I won't have any of that. I'm going to make you feel good. So don't touch yourself. Only me. Capiche?" You whimpered. rubbing your legs together for some sort of friction. Then touch me. You grab his free hand and bring it closer to you. He lets you rub his hand on your breast. He rubs his thumb against your nipple roughly. He grunts as you shiver against him. To your displeasure, he pulls his hand away. If you be a good girl, I might consider it. Now take off your clothes and continue sucking me off. You take your pants and underwear off and bend down in front of him. He holds up a hand. No, on the couch, with that sexy ass of yours in the air. You get on the couch and lean over and continue to blow him sideways. Yeah, that's a good girl. Such a pretty girl. Sucking my cock so hungrily like that. His hand made its way to the back of your hair, motioning you to go faster. You didn't want to have a problem with your gag reflex again, so you use your hands to simulate what you couldn't go inside your mouth as you bob up and down. You're sloppily licking him everywhere, using your saliva as lube to help him with your hands. You can feel your cord dripping now as you're starting to take him deeper when there's a sharp sting on your ass, causing you to yelp. Sans had just spanked you. His fingers grazed against your opening, and you had a suspicion that wasn't an accident. No one said you could stop. Keep fucking going. He pushed your head down on him again. You continue your work on his cock as he started to spank you again, harder each time. Once in a while, his fingers would linger around your opening teasingly. You started to sway your ass in a seductive manner, trying to get him to do more. Oh, does my girl want more? Since you've been such a good girl, I'll give you a reward. But that doesn't mean you can stop. If you stop, I stop. Got it? You hum in agreement with his cock still in your mouth. That's what I like to hear. He slowly slides a finger inside you. You still suck on him hard, happy to feel something inside you. You're so wet and your pussy is just eating up. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. You're so wet, and your pussy is just eating up my finger so greedily. Just like now, how you doing with my cock? He swirls a finger around, and you practically take his cock in more deeply. He growls as he starts to move his finger faster. You start pushing onto his hand for some more stimulation. Is that not enough for you? You want more of my fingers inside your pussy? You hum with him pressed against the back of your throat. Then go fucking faster. He roughly pulls your hair, but it isn't painful. You start to go faster as he commanded. You accidentally drag your teeth on him, but I think he likes it. And he actually moans. Do that again, kitten. You comply, dragging your teeth up from the base and gently nibble at the tip, then swirled your tongue around at the tender parts. Yeah, that's right. Listen to every command I make. Such a good girl. He has 3 fingers inside you now, swirling at a fast pace and stretching you out for his thick girth. You moan and breathe heavily around his cock. You feel so good, kitten. All your holes are happily swallowing me up. You smile at yourself as he compliments you, moaning your name as you continue to deep-throat him, making his cock pulse faster. His thumb starts to rub against your clit as his fingers curled inside you. You moan loudly, taking his cock deep into your mouth to the point that your nose is being pressed against bone. Fuck, he growled. He yanked your hair up, pulling you off his cock. You're both panting and shaking messes. He takes his fingers out of your drenched core. You whimper from the lack of being filled. Staring you straight in the eyes with his abnormally long tongue, he licks your juices off his fingers. One by one, he holds his wet fingers to you. Suck. You open your mouth as he shoves all 3 fingers inside. You tentatively lick and suck each finger, tasting a mixture of alcohol, yourself, and maybe a hint of mustard. Turn around. He lets go of your hair and you sit up on your knees, turning around like he told you to. You feel yourself being pushed down, your face shoved into the cushions of the couch, and ass in the air. You yelped in confusion and looked back at Sans as he situated himself behind you. You asked for this earlier, kid. I'm just complying with your request. He gave you a smug grin as he rubbed his tip against your opening. You bite your lip in anticipation and wiggle your hips closer to him. Without warning, he thrusted himself completely inside you, hard. You moan loudly in pain and pleasure before turning back and glaring at him for entering too fast. He chuckles as he lays his body over you. Now, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fulfill my desire to fuck you till you can't walk. He pulls back and slams into you again. This time you felt more pleasure than pain. He starts moving at an even pace, not letting you moan into the pillow. He slaps your ass hard as he continues to thrust into you, his harsh sting on your ass already bruising the cheek, causing you to shoot your head up as you moaned. Don't you dare fucking muffle your sweet moans. I want to hear you scream as I fuck you into oblivion. Come on, be a good girl and scream for me. He slaps your ass again before gripping onto your hips and pulling you harder into him. Oh, fuck. Yes, yes. You moan louder, letting yourself, losing all sense of the world around you, as you started to meet his thrusts. All you cared about was the feeling of him inside you, making you drown in pleasure, words just spilling out of your mouth, asking him to go faster, harder, and keep going and never stop. Stars, how did I ever stop when you look like this? Oh, you look so beautiful as you lose yourself on my cock. You feel so good around me, so hot and tight. I can barely pull out of your pussy. It's holding me so tight. In fact, I think it's pulling me back inside you. He becomes more erratic in his movements. Man, I wanted to do this to you for so long. It's better than any of those sex dreams and fantasy that I haven't even put together. You wanted me? You asked between thrusts, slowing down slightly. He yanks your hair up, making you turn and look at him as he laid his body on top of you. More than anything you can fucking believe, kid. He bites your shoulder, puncturing deep and making you scream. Blood pooled around you on your skin and dripped down your arm onto the couch. He lapped up the blood, cleaning the wound that he just caused. Your brain is completely clouded from a combination of pain and alcohol. Blood and juices from your pussy get so fucking delicious. Now I'm gonna make you come so hard that I only could ever make you feel this good. He reaches around your head and gently turns your chin towards him, pressing his blood-covered fangs against your lips. You mindlessly respond to this gentle gesture of affection that seemed so out of character for him. Not like your mind is capable of fully comprehending what he was saying. His kiss deepens as he continues shoving his cock deep inside you roughly. He lets go of your chin and starts rubbing against your clit with one hand while he lifts your right leg up above his hip, giving him better access to hit your G-spot directly. You turn your body as he moved you, balancing on one elbow. You link your arm around his neck, holding him in place as you suck his tongue into your mouth. Every swirl around your clit and hard thrust causes you to moan louder. Your balls hold tighter onto him, making him moan just as loud. The two of you have completely given yourself into your lustful needs and to come. The fucking hard and radically. You could feel a blissful coil tighten into your abdomen. So close! He's grunting and growling as he slams into you. I'm gonna come inside you. Is that what you want, kid? You want to be full of my hot cum? Yes. You desperately pull him closer. I don't know what you agreeing to, kitten. Oh, good girls tell me exactly what they want, or else they don't get it. He slows down and chuckles as you whine. He really is cruel. Please, Sans, please, fill me up with your cum. As soon as those words leave your mouth, he moves again, thrusting harder and deeper than before. You're screaming his name, begging him to make you come. Finally, you feel yourself coming completely undone, your vision becoming dotted with white spots as your muscles convulsed around him. The sudden tightness caused Sans to come inside you. He continued to thrust inside as he rode out his orgasm at the end of yours. You both collapse on the couch after coming down from your highs, panting and covered in sweat. Wow, you mumbled as your body relaxed into its afterglow. Sans nuzzles into you, wrapping his hands around your waist. Yeah, not bad for round one, kitten. Oh, that was steamy. That was steamy. Holy frick. My glasses are legit freaking... Oh, jeez. They fogged up. Like, jeez. They was, yeah, so I hope you guys liked that, and um, probably in the next week or two, I don't really know, to be honest. My schedule is screwed up. I'm going to tell you why in the next video, but I hope you guys like this, and I will see you in the next video. Yeah. Bye-bye!